Being a beginner in GTA Online in 2025 can be beyond stressful, with hundreds of vehicles to be purchased in-game. But in this video, I'm going to show you the top 10 best vehicles to own as a beginner. I will give out the pricing of every vehicle on this list, and I will give you also a reason to why I believe you should probably purchase all these vehicles. These are obviously my opinion. If you don't agree with them, that's completely fine. Again, to emphasize again, there is a bunch of other vehicles that you could purchase, but I feel like these are the better vehicles to get as a beginner. Number 10 is the Bat-801 at just $15,000. Now this vehicle is extremely good for what the price is. It has amazing handling. It could cut corners like a beast, honestly. And it has extremely good acceleration and semi-decent top speed. Again, this isn't anything HSW-wise, this is something any player could really have. But I'm trying to really focus the intention of the topic to be more so for beginners friendly. Now, obviously for people that don't have the PS5 or Xbox Series S or X, maybe this is a vehicle for them to do time trials. For anybody that doesn't know, every week you can do the time trial once, and you'll get $100,000, which is honestly really good money for every week. And this Bat-801 can really help you with it. The Bat-T, the way it looks, honestly, it's really, really good. I don't have any issues with the way the car looks. Motorcycle. Customization in it, not that much, but you can respray it in the way you like. Personally, I resprayed it like this, and I feel like it looks pretty nice. Maybe some people can go against it, but I feel like it looks pretty good. Number 9, I have the LG RH8. Oh, again, the Bat-T in this car can be interchangeable between positions. It really just depends on what you personally like. Personally, I prefer to drive an actual car than a motorcycle, mainly because I tend to fall off a bunch of my motorcycle, which can lead to my death, which, again, isn't necessarily useful. For this car being free, you really can't go wrong with it. It has really good performance, it can take corners really well. The customization in this car looks really well, I feel like. You can make it in any way you can. Personally, I have this sort of color scheme going on. It doesn't look really well right now, but without the damages, the car looks really well. Just like the Bat-801, you could also use this vehicle for time trials if you don't feel comfortable using the Bat-801. Again, this is a vehicle specifically for PS4 and Xbox One players to have, or any sort of beginner, as a matter of fact, to have, and make it quick 100,000 each week. Well, I feel like you can't really go wrong with this. At number 8, I have the Duke of Death. Now, just like the LG RJ, this car is completely free as well, but has way more benefits to it. Start off, this vehicle is somewhat armored. People can't really shoot you from the back and sides. However, there is a somewhat big hole here that people could shoot you through. This is honestly a really good vehicle for PvE. Now for PvP, I feel like people nowadays can be extremely good and have some sense of knowledge to shoot you just right here. But again, that's really depending on the player. Some people are good, some people are bad, but honestly this car is somewhat good to have. This car is somewhat tanky to explosives. It can take up to 2 or 3 rockets until it fully explodes, which really isn't bad. This is a muscle car, so the amount of strength and viability to this car when it comes to speed, acceleration, and handling, it's not too bad. The acceleration and top speed isn't bad, but the handling is a little questionable to this car. But regardless, I feel like with those other capacities that this car really has, it can be really useful for any sort of beginner. Number 7, I have the Armored Kuruma, going for $525,000 for the trade price, or $698,250 without it. Now, with or without the trade price, I feel like this car is completely worth it, for a whole bunch of reasons. To start off, this vehicle is completely bulletproof, meaning nobody can really hit you through it. As you can see, I have cops completely surrounding me, trying to hit me. They're not really doing much. There is a slight chance people can hit you, but the chance of that happening is so low. Now, one complete downside to this car, it's not explosive resistant, meaning with one explosive, it's just going to kill you. With that benefit, this car is really fast, honestly, for what it is. An armored car being fast, you really can't go wrong with that. The maneuverability to this car, not too bad. It's better than the Duke of Death, I could definitely say that. This car could be really useful in many ways. In fact, it could be really useful for experienced players like myself as well. Sometimes I use this car for certain missions that I need to do. The customizing in this car, not really all that much. Then again, it's an armored car. I don't know why people expect to have a customizable armored car. The color patterns, you could obviously make something work. I have a primary black with a secondary bleached brown, I think. Might be wrong. Personally, I like the way the car looks. And overall, you really can't go wrong with the Armored Kuruma. It's been here since the very beginning, and it's completely reliable one way or the other. At number 6, I have the Ocelot Virtu, going for $2,235,000, which is a bunch of money. However, there is a way to get this car for free. By completing the LS Drug Wars DLC, you'll get this car for completely free. Doing the first and last dose missions, it's 6 missions each, which is 12 in total. You'll get a good payout, and you'll get this car for completely free. This car is honestly a really, really nice car to have, especially by the fact that it's completely free. With the armor plating, this car can uphold up to 12 homing missiles, and add that up with the Imani Tech missile lock-on jammer. This car is really, really good defense-wise in free mode, meaning people can't really grief you as much as you would really think. But overall, this car, for it to be completely free for the public to use, it is a really nice car to have. It has a whole bunch of benefits to it. And honestly, it's a really good car to own in free mode and for other sort of missions if it gives you the eligibility to use it. At number 5, I have the Night Shark going for $1,245,000. But for that amount of money, you're getting insane explosive protection. Meaning, this is probably the best vehicle to have for free roam. Night Shark can take up to 26 homing missiles. Meaning, one oppressor griefer isn't going to kill you. They would have to go back to the Terabyte, refill on the missiles, and then come out and try and kill you again. But I feel like by that time you'll be more than okay. This car has decent acceleration, decent top speed, decent handling. I mean, everything's pretty decent with this car. The armor plating in this car is pretty good and pretty useful. You can have armor plates on your windows if you would like, but in exchange you can't shoot out the windows. You would only have your machine gun to work with, but that's pretty much it. So if I were to put up a recommendation, I feel like don't put in any armor plating for your windows. If anything, keep them open. Yes, you'll be a little bit more open to shots through the window, meaning people are going to be able to kill you slightly faster instead of blowing up your vehicle entirely. But I feel like you can put up your own offense by just shooting out the windows. I feel like. At number 4, we have the Terabyte. Its base price is $1,375,000, which, for what it is, it's really not bad. This is one of also the tankiest vehicles in the game, taking up way more rockets than the Night Shark, up to 30, I'm pretty sure. And with this vehicle, you have up to so many benefits to it. To start off, you have client jobs designated exclusively for the Terabyte. These are quick jobs that you could do for like 5 or 10 minutes and you'll gain like a really good amount of money. Not too bad, not too good, but as a beginner, any sort of income is good income. As a beginner, maybe one can't find good utility to this, but once you gain access to a whole bunch of other businesses, this is probably going to be a really good vehicle to have in handy. This has access to a master control terminal that you can buy off a garment factory. It has a missile lock-on jammer, and this is probably going to be a good vehicle to have in free roam as well. Mainly for griefers trying to blow you up, and a whole bunch of other stuff that I can name. Overall, this vehicle, it isn't too bad, but this vehicle is going to be really useful for you in the long run. And I suggest if you have access to buy this as soon as possible, I would highly recommend you do it. Some benefits can overshadow the fact that this could be really useful for you in the future. Maybe a beginner won't see that, but once you gain all the businesses, you'll understand why I'm saying that. But once you collect all your businesses, you buy everything you need, and this terabyte is going to be the pinnacle core of money making methods. It saves you a whole bunch of time, and overall, nothing really bad to say about the terabyte. At number three, I have the Kasaka Submarine, going for $2.2 million base price. The Kasaka Submarine gives you access to two very, very important things. One, which is the Sparrow helicopter, which is also a vehicle you must own, I feel like. One of the fastest helicopters in the game. And it gives you access to Cayo Perico, which is one of the best heists in the game by far. Makes $1 million an hour, which is the best hourly money making method in the game, I feel like. I'm pretty sure. Maybe for a beginner, the Cayo Perico can be slightly challenging, but by watching a few videos in GTA, you'll get the hang of how you do it. Again, I have a video in my channel on me doing the Cayo Perico while I'm talking about my life. I think it's called What I've Been Doing or something like that. I'm not too sure. If you want to check out that video to see how to do Cayo Perico the way I do it personally, I'll have a link to it down below. By following that video, you'll know precisely what you're doing, and Cayo Perico is just a breeze to do. Apart from that, the Kasaka doesn't have anything else going for it. Of course, it has its guided missiles, it has the moonpool vehicles, like the Sparrow and the submarine, or the Kraken submarine, yes. Don't buy that. And apart from that, that's pretty much it with the Kasaka. I mean, there's nothing bad you could say about it. It's a business in its own right, if you're being completely honest with you. And doing those Cayo Perico heists will pay off the $2.2 million that you spent on this Kasaka, which I feel like is a good investment to have. At number two, we have the Brigade 6x6. Not to confuse the one that's in Warstock Cash and Carry, but this is the one in the Freak Shop. If you complete the first dose missions, you'll gain access to the Brigade 6x6. But the reason why we have the Brigade 6x6 at number two isn't because of the vehicle, it's because of the business that it has. And that is the Acid Lab. The Acid Lab is by far one of the best businesses in the game, period. Solo or with people, it really doesn't matter. This is guaranteed to give you one sell vehicle every time, no matter how much product you have. Right now I have $670,000 worth of value. If I do this in a public session with 30 people inside the lobby, I'll get a 50% high demand bonus, and I'll most likely get like $1 million off of this. Getting this vehicle is extremely cheap. Getting this vehicle is also extremely, extremely worth it. I can't stress this enough. Please, if you can get this vehicle through the Freak Shop, please get it. It is going to make you so much money in the future, whether you're a beginner or whether you're an experienced player. This is also an extremely tanky vehicle, taking up to 48 homing missiles, I'm pretty sure. So realistically, nobody's gonna blow you up in this car. Nobody's gonna blow you up in this car. You'll be completely safe. Matter of fact, it's even difficult to shoot through the windows because of the bars and railing that it has on the window. Speed isn't bad, customization isn't bad, liveries isn't bad. Overall, the vehicle by itself it isn't too bad. But the reason you're really gonna get this is for the Acid Lab and make bank and a half every single time. And at number one, people can completely hate me for this. I understand. It's the Oppressor Mark II. People hate this vehicle mainly because it's the main vehicle any griefer in public lobbies tend to use because they have no skill. Apart from using this for griefing, this vehicle is beyond a time saver for anybody if you're not griefing. This can get you from point A to point B so quickly. This could include cell missions, anything, any sort of mission in this game. The Oppressor Mark II will send you so quick to your point. Granted, yes, it is 8 million without the trade price, but again, we were talking about the terabyte to get that and do the client jobs. Doing 5 or 10 of them gives you the trade price for 6 million, which again, it is a whole bunch of money too. But if you save up all your money and try and get this by itself, believe me, you'll be straight. This could be the most annoying vehicle in GTA, but at the same time, it could be the most useful vehicle in this game ever. Whether you like it, whether you don't like it, everybody should have this vehicle. no matter the way you want to use it. Now the homing rockets, they're not too good now. With the amount of nerfs that this oppressor had, homing rockets aren't too good. But then again, they're pretty good to have for PvE missions. Semi-quick, it has its boost. And customization, it isn't too bad. Again, it's a floating bike. I don't know what more you want from this. But overall, the Oppressor Mark II is a must-have for anybody. Whether you're griefing, which if you are, I hate you, or just regular grinding. But overall, those are the top 10 best vehicles in GTA Online. If you found this video to be helpful, like the video, subscribe if you want to. Again, thank you so much for the reception I got from the last video. I got like 70 something views, which completely shocked me. I'm not used to those sort of viewers, or numbers as a matter of fact. That completely shocked me, but thank you overall to anybody that clicked on that video. If you want to see some more content, let me know. Subscribe if you want to. And yeah, I'll catch you on the next one.